Okay. So, the Dupont Dynasty. So there's a book about Dupont's, like there's Carmi Carnegie, or Anderson Cooper's family, the Vanderbilts. So there was money. So I couldn't respond to these books. There was like John Kenny Winkler wrote this book, right? Dupont Dynasty. Here, by John Kenny Winkler, right? The American Phenomenon, Hearst, John D. Rockefeller, Portrait in Oils, Morgan the Magnificent, Incredible Carnegie, Woodrow Wilson, The Man Who Lives On, The First Billion, The Stillman, and the National City Bank. So they were like $5 billion when they wrote this book. Then he wound up in prison, attacking me about him trying to learn English, attacked me so I could read the book, right? John Kenny Winkler, Doubleday Press, Spirit Staff, Babson Park, Massachusetts, 1948. 1948, there were $5 billion. She wrote this book. Theodore Sanders, Charles Burlingame, The Gentleman of Science. So you're attacking me about ladies and gents. I can read the book. And Demarchin says no. He wound up in prison. Because I did admire your team gymnastics. The Rise of Pierre Samuel. The Brothers Dupont, A Foothold, Ascension. Clearing Skies, The Baton Passes. So there's sort of $5 billion you want to know about them. Adele Baker Norton. Sons and Grandsons, The Reign of Henry, The Reign of... So you treat them like a king who came over to take over. That's kind of the impression I got. The ways to destroy them. So they went after... so they wrote a book about how Jesse Owens, a black man, beat my grandfather, right? Enter a robber baron. Victory and defeat, a house divided, civil war. Sheaf of letters, Dupont versus Dupont, a golden flood. Mars in the cash register, General Motors bonanza. Chemical empire, domination of Delaware, three bros, So you want to learn about them. Robber barons, okay. People who made money by being merciless, okay. Hidden in one of the smallest states of the Union, living in feudal splendor, is a singular family, proudly prolific. State controls a greater slice of American wealth than has ever fallen into private hands. He was stalking my grandfather because he didn't win against their race. They're working on other stuff. They tried. So you're attacking them. They worked on something else, right? Came over attacking, they win physically against a black or Jesse Owens, So he's mostly a white person from Salina, Kansas, where he didn't win against a black man. So that's what you're talking about. So Johnny Dupont isn't dead in jail because you had team gymnastics, sexually abusing team gymnastics, who helped human trafficking and sex working. Because you're attacking Sidney S. Cooley because he didn't win against Jesse Owens, and that's what you're talking about. The King for ways of robber barons, scammer and rob people, attack them. That's what we're talking about here. Okay, the robber barons. This is 155. This is who they were. People became wealthy by being a robber baron. They had wealth and riches. They became a ransack. This is how they became wealthy. In America, robber barons took people's stuff and they became wealthy off of someone else's stuff. This is who they were. When they took over the family business, Coleman and Alfred I. Dupont were 38. Pierre just turned 32. They were grandsons of Alfred Victor. Oldest son of the founder, Coleman, Alfred, and Pierre. Greatest of these was Coleman. A huge, crude, colorful, earthy, Rabelaisian individual, Coleman Dupont burst upon the powder industry like a force of nature. In 3 years, he and his cousins were masters of impregnable monopoly. Coleman sprang from a branch of the family that had nothing to do with the powder business. His father, Benjamin Dupont, youngest son of Alfred Victor, had yearned for adventure. Rebelling against what seemed a monotonous occupation, he quarreled with his father who went west to seek his fortune. This is the rough and rowdy decade preceding the Civil War. Robber barons. When they come over and kill you in a civil war to rob you, become wealthy off of you. That's what they were planning. Finally settled in Louisville, Kentucky, where he married Ellen Susan Coleman. It was there that his first son, Thomas Coleman, was born December 11th, 1863. Antoine Bitterman Dupont and his average share of ups and downs, finally acquiring interest in the paper mill, street railroad, and coal mines in western. So they try to learn English, they try to be American, right? But you're attacking me like a robber baron. That my grandfather winning a foot race, you're going on at team gymnastics. They were trying to go to a dog show. Okay, people were working on stuff, but you're like a robber baron trying to rob people, attack them. Use the core law, people can't read and write. So here, you said you made money by bullying me, attacking me, people who couldn't read, I can read, right? So they took over people's stuff because they couldn't read and write, they had something to try to make money, bullying them with lawsuits, okay? So you came over here to attack me about Johnny Dupont wrote these books about Sidney S. Cooley, huh? Robber baron. These people took people's stuff. I can read and write. You're attacking me, blaming me for stuff. They took their stuff and you're attacking me about it. I can read it. See, they couldn't read and write. Someone not gave them money and pay. It wasn't good enough and they didn't care. It's a robber baron. They took people's stuff, and it's not just one person. Coleman grew into a physical giant. At 19, he stood 6'4" and weighed 210 pounds. At Urbana, Ohio University, he went in for every form of athletics. He was a stroke of the crew, baseball and football captain, once ran 100 yards, 10 seconds flat, could swim, shoot, and ride, an anchor man in tug-of-war competition. Held his own in the boxing and wrestling ring, but he couldn't learn to spell and flunked in many studies, huh? Physically gifted people, right? They could be strong. Strong and simple doesn't mean you can't accomplish stuff. It's just you're attacking me. So he's physically strong, and my grandfather could beat a black man in the foot race, okay? From Urbana, Coleman went to Massachusetts Institute of Technology for a course in mining engineering. Here he went to Caltech with his cousin Alfred I, who was studying chemistry at Tech. Coleman found a student who had to work or quit. He worked. When he got out, 22, his father sent him to Central City, Kentucky, to learn coal mining. From the underground up, the term city was a decidedly euphemism. Central City was a crude, sprawling mining village with one general store and a few dozen unpainted clapboard shacks. Coleman shouldered a prick and dug coal, drove mules, shot horses at blacksmith's shop, ran an engine, and tackled what engineering problems were. He mixed with the miners, attended their weddings, and funerals, became one of the most popular men on the property. His grinding mates loved his rough and ready horseplay, practical jokes, and sleight of hand tricks, cars, eggs, and other objects, he was adept. Saturday night, Coleman presided over a roaring Falstaffian feast of beer crowd. Miners elected him as a member of the Knights of Labor Union of that day. Okay, so they're working on something like coal mining, huh? Robber barons. They started a civil war because they were to rob people. They don't care. So they want to take people's stuff, bully them with their money. Then you're attacking me about it. Okay? So you're projecting all this stuff on me, bullying me like I don't matter, attacking me about it. So they're working on stuff and you're attacking me and threatening me. Okay? So you keep over here attacking your public that he didn't want to get a foot race, and you're still working on stuff and you're attacking me about it, threatening me. Can't help you. He rose to be superintendent, largely instrumental in developing the Central Coal and Iron Company into an extensive enterprise. Central City grew into a prosperous industrial town, 7,500 inhabitants, and long rows of model dwelling. Superintendent Dupont liked to build. He knew the men Country House and Fred would mine more coal. Kentucky Dupont's never lost contact with their Brandywine relatives. Coleman acted as an agent for the Dupont Company, Western Kentucky, and passed toward the vacation in Delaware. During his Central City days, he married his cousin Alice Dupont, sister of Charles Run, Victor Line, and divorced wife of William. So you came over here to robber barons, okay? Robber barons. They're treated like they were coming over here to invade, right? So citizens said they're already here. They're already worth $5 billion. They first went to your Statue of Liberty. They were working on like coal mine. They're trying to do business. Already worth $5 billion working on stuff. You're talking about race and gender, right? So they have money because they married into their cousin like most people are talking about it. Yeah, what do you want from me? So he's attacking me about my grandfather winning a foot race. I didn't admire you. You said you want people to admire you and then you're talking about it. Well, all kinds of stuff like Christians. Yeah? Christians, I want all kinds of stuff, right? I mean, like God in a sports team, and then you're attacking me about it. So did you actually decide you're going to get your pay? You get a Pioneer Grain deal. So there's all these people. You get your 2%. Yeah?